I knew Pete when he was 14, 15.
Wow.
So we grew up very close to each other. Like his mom's house and my mom and dad are half a mile apart. And
Amazing.
yeah, so I was having a Purge party actually at a local hangout called Nucci's South, where Pete was a busboy when he was a kid. And he
Really?
came over to me and he's like, "Hey man, I love your movies." And or and we just hit it off. And so I knew Pete as kind of a soulful young man. I knew he wanted to be a comedian actor. Hey Jim, how are you, man?
Doing well. We got a whole full house here.
Yes.
James, where in the world are you? I'm curious.
I'm in Staten Island, New York, my friend.
Okay, New
Where are you at?
Yorker, right? Um,
Yeah.
I am suffocating in Chicago from the
Oh,
the heat and humidity. It's like 110 with humidity. It's like
we're
impossible.
getting that. We hear right now it's pretty hot. Yesterday was great.
Yeah.
Today we got to 95, but tomorrow, New York, 100, but it's supposed to feel like 105.
It,
So I
I'm
guess,
telling you, it's
yeah.
here right now, so it's gonna be miserable. Stay
Oh,
stay cool over the weekend.
I love Chicago, by the way, man. I was a young man. My second movie that I wrote, The Negotiator, shot there, and I spent a lot of time.
That's right. That's right. The
And it was great.
negotiator.
Yeah.
Yes.
Man, I love that city. Yeah, I
It's a
love New
great
York.
city.
I always say my second favorite city is Chicago. And I love
Well,
watching the Bear to see the real Chicago like shot beautifully. Yeah.
yep. Hey, it's like it's like a younger brother of New York. That's how I
Yeah,
always.
we fit all together. Exactly, man.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Hey, hey, at least listen, speaking of homes, at least you're not locked in this home that we saw here. James,
Yes.
I was blown away by what we saw here in this film. I mean, I know you're a horror guy with obviously the Purge movies, but I just want to touch some inspirations because I saw multiple little
Yeah.
inspirations potentially here. I saw a little bit of The Shining. I saw a little bit of Eli Roth's Green Inferno here too. Like,
Oh, I never saw that one, dude. I never seen. Is that good? I got to watch that
it's
film.
great. It's got
Oh,
that
okay.
primal sort of craziness that this
Oh, I
movie
like
gives
that.
you at
Okay.
some point. Uh, man, so much to unpack here. First of all, I
Yeah.
never imagined that Pete Davidson would be good in a role like this or suitable for a role like this. He absolutely nails it. How did you sort of envision Pete and, known as a comedy guy and sort of drama, but this sort of realm, he was excellent in this. I just didn't envision him until I saw him in this role of Max, and I'm like, wow, this is the only guy that probably could have done this role.
Yeah, he's fantastic, man. I agree with you too, dude. It was I li- I guess the only reason I knew he could do it is I knew him. I knew Pete when he was 14, 15.
Wow,
So we grew up very close to each other. Like his mom's house and my mom and dad are half a mile apart. And
amazing.
yeah, so I was having a Purge party actually at a local hangout called Nucci's South, where Pete was a busboy when he was a kid. And he
Really?
came over to me and he's like, "Hey man, I love your movies." And and we just hit it off. So I knew Pete as kind of a soulful young man. I knew he wanted to be a comedian actor, but I
Hmm.
didn't know the funny SNL guy. I knew a regular guy, and we kept in touch for, a decade, just
Wow.
becoming friends. We'd see each other on the island, go for pizza here. We both love pizza at a certain place. We have the shirt in there called Lee's in the movie, but we not little Easter eggs for anyone from Staten Island. We have all our favorite pizza places on
There you
Peach.
go.
But so I knew Pete as a human. I knew him as a soulful young man, and I knew when I wrote the script with Adam, another Staten Islander, we knew that there was something in the way Max, the character in the movie, experienced trauma as a young man and tragedy, and he was processing that trauma through art, graffiti. We knew Pete, there was a similar kind of trajectory in his life of he had some trauma in his life with his dad passing, and Pete became an artist. He's a comedian. He's a great writer. So we
Yeah.
saw some parallels. And listen, there were some skeptics on the movie side, on the money side, I should say at first.
Hmm.
But as soon as they saw dailies, they came around. They were like, "Wow, he's nuanced." They were surprised. Like I think a lot of people are that Pete's a real actor. I mean, the kid could act. I always say, Pete,
Yeah,
I want to thank.
100%.
Yeah, yeah, right. I said to him on set one day, I'm like, "Where did you learn to do this?" And he was like, "Just watching movies and practicing in the mirror." And even his mom was sitting on set with us, going, "I was like, I didn't know he had this in him completely." So it was great.
Wow.
Yeah,
And it's because Pete's one thing about him, he's very sort of a everyday man, a guy that you can live to next door. And in this role too, with this home for old people, he just feels so well placed in it too, because he's got this like sort of charm, but also a general kindness about him. And you'd
that's
imagine someone like that, and the character he plays, Max, be sort of around these older people and have this humility around them. It just
yeah.
really fit well with sort
Oh,
of
thank
the
you.
the old and the young, but the respect there too. I love
Exactly.
that.
Oh, it's great. Yeah, because the movie ultimately becomes, not to give anything away, this to me, it's the battle of generations. It's what
Yes.
the previous generation has done to the current generation, what they're leaving the planet with was always kind of the metaphor for the movie to me. You know, how the planet's kind of slowly, well, not slowly, it's been kind of hurt by previous generations. And here we have now the youth of America having to deal with that. But Pete represented youth to me in a great way, right? Who is a better representation of the current generation, your generation? I can see you're a young man. Of Pete kind of represents that with the tattoos and just who he is.
Mhm.
He's got this kind of, punk rock attitude of like, I'll do whatever I really want in life, and in a good way, but a respectful way. And I
Yes.
thought pairing him with elderly, seasoned actors, I thought there would be something very interesting in putting them all in the same room. And these are Shakespearean trained theater actors. That's why I wanted to shoot in New York. And we got these great actors, and Pete just effortlessly, played with them on set. It was amazing, man. So yeah, the youthfulness played with their kind of, veteran nature, I thought really was an interesting mix.
Great dynamic. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, the home itself is a character. How did you find this location?
Oh,
What was it? I mean, because it gives you sort of this eerie, maybe it's like 70s. It's kind of a timeless building in a sense, because it could be in almost any era that it takes place in. That's why I kind of got the Shining vibes of it.
yeah.
But how did you find this location? I thought it was such a key to the movie because visually it hits you and it just creeps you out just by looking at this building from
Oh,
the
great
inside.
to hear, dude. And dude, we couldn't find it, which is interesting you bring it up. We could not. And I really wanted to shoot in New York because of what I said before, which is I wanted those seasoned theater actors to populate, the residents of the home.
Uh-huh.
We couldn't find anything for months. And they were actually saying, "Oh no, we're gonna have to go somewhere else, Toronto or Atlanta." I'm like, "Oh my God, I want to stay here. I want access to those great actors." Luckily, we found this place that just closed down called St. Anne's. It was a real retirement facility run
Interesting.
by nuns, and it was 100 years old. So it had everything. It had character you can't build, and we didn't have enough money to build anyway. But it had such built-in character that to me it was like you said, it's as important as listen, I'm not comparing my film to The Shining. I would never do that, but as important as the Overlook Hotel, right? Or the
Yes.
Amityville House. Like we needed something that in and of itself was kind of a little creepy and haunting. And as soon as we drove up after 4 months of location scouting, I was like, oh, that's it. We got it. We got it. So we got very lucky at the end, man. And that place was truly creepy. It was immense with
Mm.
the longest weird hallways. And they had pictures of everyone who died there over 100 years
Wow.
all over the place. So it had this built-in melancholy and creep. And it was just odd. It was odd, man.
I
Yeah.
mean, perfect for the film,
Perfect for
because
the film.
it
Exactly.
comes through. You don't have
Yeah.
to use movie tricks for that
Yeah.
one,
It
if
set the
you
mood
feel
for
it.
us. Yeah, exactly.
I'm curious about the eye thing. Is there some truth to this? Is there science to this? It made me want to like Google this stuff that there's some kind of special things in the eye.
There is.
It's a genius concept.
Thank you, man. Thank you. It was, I don't know, one of us dreamt it, Adam or I, and I always wanted to I have a thing about eyes. My dad has it too. It's weird. It's like generational fear of people touching eyes. Like no one, I don't even touch my own eye. I hate people coming near my eyes.
Uh-huh.
So I wanted to, and I always thought the eyes were actually, even though I'm terrified of people touching it, I like visually shooting them because I think they're the most unique part of the body to me. It's so
Yes.
weird. Like these little planets in our eyes are gorgeous to look at. So I wanted to shoot them. Uh, I have no idea. There is a gland behind the eye. Obviously, Dia is a real god of youth, but
Okay.
with I don't know if the fountain of youth is behind the eye, dude. I wish it was. Maybe it is,
I
but
mean, who knows?
yeah, you never know. And but yeah, we were met with resistance at the early stages from some executives who were buying the script that it would be too gross to shoot the eye the way I wanted to shoot it with needles and clamps. And
Hmm.
uh, but I fought for it. They wanted me to shoot the base of the tongue, which I actually found even more grotesque to photograph. So we won the battle. We got to the eye, and I got to shoot the eye.
It made sense. It made sense
Yeah,
too. And it just
I
the
thought
eye
so.
is such a delicate thing that it just
You
makes you
nailed it.
cringe before you even approach it.
Yeah.
The way you use the needle sort of
Oh,
slowly make its way. It's like, yep, you got me there in that
right.
context. Uh, as I let you go, James, I'm curious. I mean, I've been a huge fan of the Purge franchise, obviously, as so many of us have. I kind of want to know what your inspirations like. What is James like in real life to
I'm a
inspire
nice
all sorts of
guy.
these ideas? Like, what are your hobbies and interests you have outside of this realm to sort of breed all these thoughts and ideas?
Dude, you know what? I think I'm the most standard guy. I love watching movies. I like watching baseball. I read books. I think I'm quite nice. I think I process my emotions through my writing. I purge. I always say
Hmm.
I purge.
Well
That's
said.
maybe why I'm like, yeah, I purge everything out. But I am plagued. The one thing, and I can be honest with people, I'm getting older. You can be honest about yourself. I've been plagued since I'm a little boy with nightmares. I have what's called night terrors. So I scream.
Hmm.
I often, probably once every 2 weeks, I wake up in fit of screaming. And a lot of the nightmares that have plagued me since I'm 5, I used to go on sleepwalking expeditions. My mom said they'd call the cops. They couldn't find me.
Wow.
So I always had a night, like my nightscape, I said, whatever's happening from the moment I hit the bed, I think is what's feeding my writing. That's the only thing I can attribute to where all these dark images and conceits come from. Um, and I'm attuned to politically. I'm quite attuned, I think, to what's going on in the world. And then sometimes I try to work socio-political, you know,
Yes.
thematics into the Purge or even into the home with a little climate change stuff. So yeah, so I don't know, man. But interest in real life, horror movies, movies as a whole, baseball, books, and that's hanging out with my family and eating. Oh, dude, I can't leave out
Oh,
eating. I
you
mean,
got to eat. I mean, the pizza
how
in
do
New
you?
York. I mean, of
Yeah,
course
pizza in
you're
New York. That's why I do want to visit. I haven't been to Chicago since Negotiator, and I hear it's a great restaurant city, so I got to get there.
huge. Steaks
Yeah,
and beefs. We got it
yeah, I got to
here,
get
you
there.
know. Uh, James, like I said, big fan of your work. This movie really had me literally locked in from beginning to end.
Oh,
Outstanding all the way along. I can't wait to see what's next for you. Hope we get more
oh,
purges and more
could
unique
be
things
one
like
more,
this
dude.
one.
Thank you so much, Jim. Great interview, man.
Hey, can't wait
Thanks
to
for
connect again on the next one.
absolutely, my friend. And I'll see you in
Thank you,
Chicago.
James. Thank you for your time.
Yeah.